Assalamualaikum, my name is Nurasna Maridin. I will give a brief summary about introduction of BMW and also advantages and risks in franchising. BMW is known for its vehicles and motorcycles. It was founded in 7 March 1916. BMW is a short form of Bayerisch Motorenwerk AG. AG shows that the company is a public limited company. BMW converted to public limited company in 1918 when Motorenwerk company became Bayerisch Motorenwerk GmbH. GmbH shows that it is a private limited company. BMW started to become an automobile manufacturer at the year of 1928 by purchasing the company of Fahrzeugfabrik Eisenach. BMW is a multinational company from Germany and produces vehicles and motorcycles. Other than that, BMW also provides premium financial and mobility services. BMW industry is in automotive industry. Founders of BMW are Karl Rapp, Gustav Otto, Camillo Castiglioni, and Franz Joseph Popp. Its headquarters located at Munich, Germany. BMW mission statement is to become the world's leading provider of premium products and premium services for individual mobility. Meanwhile, BMW vision statement is to become most successful premium manufacturer in the industry. Next, BMW core values are responsibility, appreciation, transparency, trust, and openness. The slogan of BMW is sheer driving pleasure. The slogan describes the distinctive brand essence of BMW. The term pleasure was appeared in 1930 in the BMW advertisement and later expanded to sheer driving pleasure. The slogan officially adopted in 1972 and is used around the world to advertise BMW. Next, BMW logo has its own uniqueness compared to other car manufacturers' logo. Blue and white are the colors of the state of Bavaria in Germany. An advertisement of BMW in 1929 depicts the BMW emblem complete with 4-colored quadrant in a spinning airplane propeller. In the year of 1928, BMW started making cars after the takeover Fahrzeugfabrik Eisenach. The car name is BMW 315 and was produced as diesel car between 1927 and 1929. However, car was not produced first by BMW but was a straight 6 aircraft engine called BMW Ila. Meanwhile, BMW first motorcycle was produced in 1923 was named BMW R32. There are 5 brands in BMW automobiles, which is BMW, BMW I, BMW M, Mini, and Rolls-Royce. Meanwhile, there is only one brand in BMW motorcycle, which is BMW Motorrad. For the numbers of employees, BMW has 133,1778 employees in 31 December 2019.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Farina. The first strategy to expand the company into market abroad is through marketing. Marketing is a process of companies to create the customer interest in goods and services. This is why the company needs to build a strong relationship and also creates value for their customers and themselves. Through marketing strategy, the marketing can expand the company into a new market abroad. The goods in marketing will be seen when the company builds the brand. It will increase the visibility among a wide range of audience. The advantage for marketing for BMW is BMW target market is very clear. The company only targets the premium price car and also does not want to compete in every segment of the auto industry. They avoid crowded mid-road vehicles market and only focus entirely on luxury sector. Marketing can enhance the brand recognitions and give an impact to the company reputations. The outcome outcome of advertising is brand recognitions. Through marketing, this recognition has been made and conclude and also give the positive impact that can bring benefits to the company. Other than that, brand awareness will help the audience to understand, recall, and become comfortable with the products of the brands. If the company can bring awareness among the target, it can help the brand to become top of mind of the customers when they are ready to make a purchase of goods. Furthermore, promotion of the business in marketing can also bring advantage to the company. When a company willing to pay more to promote the business of the brand, it will become the attention to the audience. In 2012, BMW was ranked in the world most reputable company by Forbes.com. BMW group target customer is upper middle class or upper class social group, people who are in the middle of their career. It can be in the age group of 30 to 50 years old. The company centered attention is only on luxury sector. Furthermore, BMW can generate income through marketing. Automobile industry is undergoing pace of transformations that driven technology growth and changing customer trends. By using marketing to increase sales productivity, the company can generating more revenues which combine between sales and marketing. They also can expand their company into market abroad. BMW Group can conduct their own research on rely on secondary data sources. Conducting this market analysis can help determine what the top countries that may be competitors. Thus, marketing is so important to expand the company into market abroad. If the audience or the customer do not aware of our brands or product, this is hard for us to penetrating the foreign market. Attracting customers requires good marketing. Therefore, strategic marketing often result in growth of the business. The disadvantage of marketing for BMW Group is if the company put too much advertisement, it will cause information overload, and part of that, people hate ads. In daily life, people already bombarded with ads, billboard, televisions, commercials, and digital advertising. BMW Group target audience is upper class social group who are in the middle of their career. This class might easily get annoyed if they see something that keep repeated. Besides that, the disadvantage of the marketing is cutthroat competitions. When the company came out with marketing new strategy for product and services promotion, the competitors won't stay still or quiet. The general disadvantage of marketing is the cost. Everything and marketing can cost a lot of amount money if the company do not do the proper research, and it will end up throwing the money instead of generating. Targeting the wrong audience and using inappropriate medium of words may cause a serious costly mistakes. Researching on suitable marketing, it might take time because the process on conducting survey. It is also important to make sure the requirements isn't obvious so the company can gain respondents who is relevant.
I'm going to explain about the risk and the recommendations in marketing strategy. The first risk in marketing strategy is political risk. There will be political changes in a country, and there will be changes in fiscal, legal, monetary, and other policies of the country. Some government will request additional fund or tariffs in exchange for the right for to export BMW's car into the country. Next is project risk. If BMW wanted to do a project related to car making in the foreign country, the government can be very demanding. For example, if there is a change in the country's government, the new government can refuse to fulfill the agreement with BMW, which can stop the BMW's ongoing project. Next, we have cultural difference in the foreign country. If BMW wanted to promote their new made car in a country like Singapore, the company must know what are the Singaporean interests are. Since there are many families with kids in Singapore, BMW should promote their SUV like BMW X7. The other risk is there will be a competitors in the foreign country. It is a bit difficult for BMW to promote their cars in Korea as the country has its own well-known brands like Kia Motors and Hyundai Motors. These two local car brands have a better access to the market information and business opportunities unlike BMW in the country. Next, I'm going to explain about the recommendations in the marketing strategy. The first recommendation is BMW can analyze marketing environment in the country. BMW must constantly watch and adapt to the changing environment or lead those changes. The company also must have a disciplined methods like marketing research, marketing intelligence, and marketing analytics. These are for collecting information and developing insights about the marketing environment in the country. The second recommendation is to analyze the local competitors in the country. BMW must provide a greater customer value and satisfaction than their local competitors do. For example, BMW can innovate their car models to make it more suitable with the country's environment. The third recommendation is BMW can manage marketing information to gain customer insights. The company can use the customer insights to develop a competitive advantage among the local competitors in the country. These customers cannot really tell the company why they bought the product and why they need it. So it is BMW's job to effectively manage the marketing information from a wide range of sources in the country. Next recommendation is that BMW can collaborate with any organization in the country. In order for the customers to know more about BMW, the company can collaborate in spreading awareness with the other organization. For example, BMW can collaborate with the hospitals by providing some vehicles like vans for the doctors and nurses to go to places with lots of COVID-19 cases. This will be easier for the community as they do not have to go to the hospitals only to do swab tests. For example, if some part of the community have positive cases, so it will help them to not spread it to the other part of the community.
Franchising is another common way to grow overseas. A franchisor gives a franchisee the right to use its brand name and to market its goods or service in compliance with an international franchise agreement. The franchise is liable for all actions but agreed to function according to a business model established by the franchisor. The franchisor in exchange typically offer publicity, instruction, and assistance with new items. For companies operating domestically according to a franchise model, like restaurant chains such as McDonald's and Kentucky Fried Chicken, and hotel chains such as Holiday Inn and Best Western, franchising is a normal method of global expansion. A franchisee is a form of license that allows franchisee access to a rotary business information, processes, and trademark of a franchisor, thus enabling the franchisee to market a product or service under the business name of the franchisor. The franchisee normally pay the franchisor an initial startup fee and annual licensing fee in return for purchasing a franchisee. The franchise business model has a storied past. The idea dates back to the mid-19th century when the McCormick Harvesting Machine Company and the Singer Company has developed system of organization, marketing and distribution recognized as the franchising precursor. In response to high volume production, this new business structure was established and allowed McCormick and Singer to sell their reapers and sewing machines to an expanding domestic market. In 1920 and 1930, the earliest food and hospitality franchises were developed. In 1925, A&W Root Beer initiated franchise operation. In 1935, Howard Johnson Restaurant opened its first outlet, rapidly growing and paving the way for the restaurant chains and franchises that until today define the American fast food industry. Franchises included recognizable brands such as McDonald's, Taco Bell, Dairy Queen, Denny, Jimmy's John, Gourmet Sandwich, and Dunkin' Donuts in the food industry. Hampton by Hilton and Day East, as well as 7-Eleven and Anytime Fitness, are other popular franchises. When a company wishes to expand its market share or regional scope at a low cost, its product and brand name can be franchised. The franchisor is the original company. It is selling the right to use its name and its philosophy. Under an existing business model and trademark, the franchisee purchases the right to sell the goods and service of the franchisor, particularly when entering a highly competitive industry such as fast food. Franchises are a common way for entrepreneurs to start a business. One big benefit of owning a franchisee is that you have access to the brand name of an existing business. BMW rounded up 4 of the best franchisee opportunities for budding car dealership owner. Green Motion is, as the name implies, a car and van rental dealership that care about the environment. This car and van rental franchisee offer companies and consumers alike the ability to enjoy a vehicle at market-leading price with lower CO2 emission. The brand is only 100% fully franchised vehicle rental company with a savvy entrepreneur owning and running every single venue. Established in the UK in 2007, the UK network of Green Motion has grown to more than 20 locations, and the brand has also prospered globally, with its vehicle rental service being sold in more than 40 countries.
I will explain about advantages of franchising and risks of franchising. For first advantage, which is fast expansion to speed of growth, when BMW franchising its business, there will be many prospective franchisees that want to sign a contract with BMW, as BMW is a well-known company. BMW just need to spend much time and efforts to prospective franchisees, and BMW can grow much faster without adding staff. For second advantages is continuing revenue streams. When a prospective franchisee successfully become a franchisee, they need to pay continuing royalties that are typically based upon the percentage of franchisee gross sales and paid on a monthly basis. BMW as a franchisor enjoy this continuing royalty without handling the franchise fully. Third advantage is easier management. In this context, franchisee is the one who handling and operating the franchisee outlet. Therefore, they will reduce management demands to handle and operating the outlet. The franchisee will run the business with support of franchisor. For risk of franchising, there are three risks, which is reputational damage, franchise disclosure document known as FDD compliance issues, and capital investment. For first risk, which is reputational damage, the reason is because when one party does something that damages BMW reputation, both parties, which is franchisor and franchisee, will suffer. In this case, BMW as a franchisor is depending on its franchisee to maintain its reputation. If one's location has poor quality and not following standard operation procedure (SOP), thus loyal customer and new customer of BMW will associate all location with poor quality and not following SOP, even if those locations are well supervised and separately managed. Second wish is FDD compliance issues. Under the Federal Trade Commission's franchise rule, the franchises need to give FDD to prospective franchisees before signing a contract. The risk is these documents contain detailed information about the BMW, including its critical information such as liquidation history, financial performance, advertising requirement, and training requirement. As for franchisee, they need to review the document before signing a contract. They have a right to decline to sign a contract. In this case, BMW as a franchisor has risked its information to prospective franchisee. Franchisee and prospective franchisee may spread or share BMW's critical information to its competitors. Last risk is capital investment. A franchise needs a lot of investment to train a prospective franchisee in terms of operation, headquarters, on-site, ongoing marketing, and financial training. BMW as a franchisor will need to provide training to its prospective franchisee. Indeed, cost is involved in this training program. The risk is if anything goes wrong at this stage, franchise plans may have to be stalled suddenly, and although the plan is resumed at a later date, the capital that have been invested will lose without any output from it.
I'm going to present on how to minimize the risk of franchising and the recommendation for this strategy. First, how to minimize the risk of franchising. Every risk should come with solution to be managed in order to create the relationship within the customer in your market. First risk to be minimized is reputational damage. Reputational damage could affect the BMW reputation in your market. So, to minimize this risk, franchisor should give the training to the franchisee. Training to the franchisee include the training of operation manual, where it could help the franchisee able to give the right service to the customer in new market. Operation manual include the customer service, employee training, uniform, and daily procedure work. Second risk to be minimized is the risk of leaking information of FDD. To minimize this risk, franchisor should prepare the complete requirement of FDD. FDD is known as Franchise Disclosure Document. When franchisor prepare the complete requirement of FDD, this would make franchisor seen as being serious to the franchisee and the prospective franchisee. When the franchisor prepare the complete requirement of FDD, this also would protect the franchisor from the negative statement claim about the information of the FDD. Plus, the franchisee are required to pay the fees before the disclosure of FDD. At this moment, franchisor could give the consultation to the franchisee to keep the information from leaking to the public. This way could help the franchise business of BMW expand in new market, and the risk of information leaking could be minimized through this way. Third risk to be minimized is investment for training. Franchisor might face the risk of shortage of capital investment to train the franchisee. To minimize this risk, franchisor could list all the fees to train the franchisee and the worker. All the listed fees that are required to pay will be used to train the franchisee and the worker. To minimize the risk of training to be postponed or franchisee not able to attend the training, franchisor should plan the training and offering the good training to the franchisee. The training includes the skill-based training that involve how to do job better, system training to manage the franchise, training to the franchisee to make the worker feel like a team of work, and motivational support through the training to make the franchisee keep doing the franchise business. This way would help the BMW company expand in new market through the investment in training. Now move to the recommendation for this strategy. There are 3 recommendations listed. First, do the research about the new market to make franchise business able to enter new market. Second, understand the culture of the country to develop the business franchise. 3. Do the economy analysis. First recommendation will help the company gain the knowledge to manage the company in new market. The research includes the franchise law in other countries, registration requirement and regulation of contractual terms and sales process. This research would help company able to prepare for the risk entering a franchise business in new market. Plus, the company able to understand the difference of every country managing the franchise business. Second recommendation would help the BMW company able to build a relationship with the communities or investor in new market to expand the franchise business. BMW company able to do the research through the internet to have the insight better understanding of culture in new country. Plus, this would help BMW company avoid the sensitive issue that happen in the country when opening the franchise business. The benefit, the franchise business of BMW able to adapt well in new market. Third recommendation would help BMW company to see the potential growth in new market. Plus, the company BMW able to have insight about the potential customer they able to attract for their product. Plus, through the analysis of economy, the result of economy would give the impact to the development of franchise business.
Then I want to present about the strategy that enable our company to expand into a new markets. The third strategy is exporting. Exporting can be defined as the marketing goods and services in the foreign country that are made in the local country either in the ways of direct or indirect exporting. Direct exporting is sales activities that involve a company selling goods and services directly to a customer in an international marketing that involving importers, wholesalers, distributors, retailers, government procurement departments, and customers. The indirect exporting is sales activity that involve a company selling goods and services to an intermediary in its own country. It is not involved in gather payment from the foreign customer or for coordinating the shipping logistic. The strategy that which is the exporting is the most traditional and common method to the foreign market entry decision accepted by the management team in different industry. It is the easiest and the effective approach for the companies that are just beginning to enter a new international market. This is because it is supported by the low cost, low risk option compared to other strategies. The strategies is suitable for small and medium-sized companies that cannot make significant financial investment in the international market. For the most companies begin their international expansions using this model of entry, which is exporting their products due to the less costly investment than the others entry strategy. BMW Group is increasing the export to China from Thailand. Due to the high demand in China for the luxury drive, decide to increase car exports over the next 2 years to about 10,000 vehicles annually, especially to China market. Currently, the benefit of free trade agreement (FTA) between Thailand and China that BMW Group getting enabled the BMW Group Thailand exported around 4,300 cars to China last year, which is around 28% of its total output of 15,300 units in the country through the local subsidiary. The BMW Group manufacturing Thailand for the majority of car shipments from the factory is two BMW SUV models, which is the X3 and the new BMW X5 SUV to China, and to the India is the BMW R1250 GS motorcycle. BMW Motorrad has also developed 3,077 motor vehicles in 2018, with 53% of the output export to China, Malaysia, Philippines, and Vietnam, and the others remaining 47% that sold in the Thailand market. The most of the production in Rayong region of the state will be made up of BMW X5 models that export to China in order to avoid getting taxes, so that in order to ensure that the customer is happy and its profit margins intact. Malaysia is also picked by the German luxury car maker BMW AG as the export hub for its flagship 3, 5, and 7 series model to Vietnam and the Philippines. After the setup of the locally assembled BMW X1 and BMW X4, Malaysia kept out to be the strategy hub for the BMW Group in the Southeast Asia. According to the company's head of corporate communications, Shashi Ambi said that the Malaysia plants have the capacity and logistically benefit to provide for those two markets in line with BMW aims to improve the market presence in rising sectors, including countries in Southeast Asia.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Go Ying from Group BMW. Today, I am here to present the advantage, the risks, and the recommendations of exporting BMW products. For the first advantage of exporting BMW is exporting products could increase BMW's sales and profits. This is because through the exportation of BMW's products to the other countries, it could help in attracting the consumers. Directly or indirectly, it helps in increasing the number of consumers. In addition, BMW could expand its existing market. By exporting products, BMW has the opportunity to realize the significance of global market share. The second advantage of exporting BMW is it could reduce per unit costs. This directly influences the demand of the consumers. In addition, it also helps in spreading business risks as BMW invests in lots of countries. BMW also could get parts or accessories from the other countries with a lower price. This is said because every country is expert in different ways of technologies. The third advantage of exporting BMW is BMW could gain knowledge and discover new technologies. Operating international business is not an easy job. In addition, by exporting products, BMW could practice and improve its techniques in operating international business. Furthermore, BMW could understand other countries' wants and needs. For the first risk of exporting BMW products is unstable currency exchange rates. Unstable currency exchange rates can lead to loss of BMW's profits. The currency exchange rates of a country might be influenced by the changes of economic and political of a country. Next, for the second risk of exporting BMW products is there is no guarantee that products will be sold. Transportation products to other countries are costly. In addition, the demand of consumers are unpredictable. Therefore, BMW could not predict the number of products to export. There might cause losing in transportation fees. For the third risk of exporting BMW products is there are lots of competitors around BMW. BMW is forced to face those alike products in the market. For example, Mercedes-Benz, which is a brand, sells expensive cars. Their products are more or less alike with BMW's. In other hand, BMW also has to face the local brands. For example, in Malaysia, the Malaysian like the Berdua brand. They introduce cheaper cars compared with BMW. Lots of the Malaysians afford to purchase it compared with BMW. For the last risk of exporting BMW products is the differences of culture. The taste to the designs of cars will be different in every country. In addition, the wants and needs of the consumer in other countries also will be different. For the first recommendation to export BMW products is plan and understand the market before exporting products. BMW has to make a research in the financial and political of the country. In addition, the demography of citizens also affect the sales and profits. For the second recommendation to export BMW product is pay attention on the social of the country. Social risk is always a risk for any kind of business. Therefore, BMW should understand the human rights issues and environmental degradation of that country. The third recommendation to export BMW products is focus on the wants and needs of the market. For example, is the citizens affordable to purchase such expensive car? Or BMW could introduce some cars with the affordable price. Okay. For the last recommendation to export BMW products is widen their coverage. BMW might reduce their cost in producing the products. This is because they are not a huge amount of people are affordable to own an expensive car. That's all of my presentation. Thank you.
Our fourth strategy is joint venture. Joint venture is a cooperation between two or more business entities to start a new business activity. This activity can be a totally new business or any other activity. An example for this is Mazda. Mazda is a company from Japanese. They wanted to sell the product in Malaysia. So what do? They make a joint venture with Bermas Auto, and the Bermas Auto will distribute and sell the car in Malaysia. This is one of the example of joint venture. In joint venture, each party that involved in this activity are responsible for the profits, loss, and costs associated by it. And this was determined by a contract that was signed by two or more companies. The contract outlined what the responsibility of each company in the joint venture. A joint venture might involve two companies that specialize in different areas of expertise working together to create a new goods and services or an existing services. To create a brand new goods and services is like Sony Ericsson. Sony Ericsson is actually a joint venture. It's a business activity that was created by Sony and Ericsson in the late 2001. The joint venture that they created made a new phone, which is Sony Ericsson. There are quite a lot of advantage we can gain by agreeing with joint venture. One of the advantage is combined expertise. Each company have their own expertise, skill set, and background. Some company might be great at creating a new products. Some company might be an expert in distributing and retailing, and some company might be an expert in marketing. When a joint venture was created, each company can gain benefits from other company. This is one of the examples of combined expertise. The second advantage of joint venture is new market penetration. This is by far the greatest advantage of joint venture. Joint venture is a combination of two or more companies. Since it is just a combination of two or more companies, we can create a joint venture with a company in the other country, and it makes us easy to enter the other country. The example of this is Geelings and Proton Berhad. Geeling make a joint venture with Proton Berhad, and with their joint venture, Geeling was able to create a new product named Proton X70 and managed to sell many of those products in Malaysia. The third advantage is gaining larger market share. Each company may have already their own loyal customer, and by creating a joint venture, they might get customer from each other. An example from this is Petronas and KFC. You might have seen a combination where Petronas, a petrol station, have a KFC inside it. That is one of the joint venture. When the customer want to refill their tanks in Petronas, they will buy foods from KFC. And when they want to buy food from KFC, they will refill their tanks in Petronas. This is what I mean by gaining larger market share. And the last advantage is reduce cost. Reducing cost is one of the reasons many companies create a joint venture. Each company will contribute their own assets to create a joint venture. Some company might send their assets like intellectual property. Some company might send their assets like labor force and expertise. And this will significantly reduce the cost to create a new company. And they can also reduce cost by minimizing the loss, since they can share loss and risk with each other. These are the advantages why BMW should join.
Hi sir, I'm Dajanway from 22B. So now I would like to explain the risk of joint venture. First, one of the risks is the risk of easily getting conflict and arguments. Different companies have different types of management styles, working style, and culture also will not be the same. The difference between two companies will easily lead us to get conflict among each other. The second risk is the risk of a lot of time and money will be wasted. Since joint venture needs a lot of research, planning and negotiating if our company want to join successfully with other companies. It is only valuable if our company joint venture successfully. If not, the time and the money that invested will be wasted. The third risk is the risk of getting unreliable partners. Some partners might hide some information when we make research on them. They might be make money laundering secretly, or the company is a shell company only and they just want to deceive us to make invest only. Our company may face financial loss and our company reputation will be affected, and our company projects and long-term plan also will be affected. The fourth risk is the risk of unequal pay by the partners. Most of the company want to put less effort in the project, but they want to get the more profit at the same time in the project. We might have the high possibility to be asked to put more effort in a project, no matter we are a big company or a small company. Our company might face loss in the profit that can be gained by the company. Here are some ways to minimize the risk of joint venture. For the first risk, our company can offer a training season by sending the management team to the foreign language to learn the different cultures. The training season can be like transferring our workers to the foreign countries for a few months. Other than that, our company also can let the partner to choose the management style and working style in order to avoid the conflict and argument. For the second risk, company can manage to get the foreign company to work with us. But first, we need to choose the country that had a great economy and stable political standing. We must make sure our research team have the clear goals and destination to the country that they want to research with. And for the third risk, company must make sure that the thoroughly research the company have an ongoing communication with the company. Our company must make sure by having an ongoing communication with the company that we want to establish contact with. We also can hire a professional accountant to make review or audit. For the fourth risk, company must negotiate with the partners to gain a mutual interest and benefits. We must clearly state that how much of each company involved pay for the investment and what company take which responsibilities in order to avoid the unequal pay by the partners. So that's all.
There are a few recommendations we can give to BMW when they are entering joint venture. One of the recommendations is finding a partner that have the same strategic objective. Strategic objective is like maximizing your profits or wanting more market share or upgrading your technologies. We must make sure Each company have the same strategic objective. As an example, Petronas want more market share, and KFC want more one more greater equipment, or want to upgrade their restaurant. When KFC are upgrading their restaurant, Petronas will have to close, and this will cause them suffer a significant loss. Thus, the joint venture might fail. The second recommendation is check financial abilities. We we must check the financial abilities of the company that we want to joint venture with. We must make sure they have the financial capabilities to contribute the asset to the joint venture. If not, we might need to contribute more, and we might suffer loss in the process. And the third recommendation is adapt with their culture. Although each company have different culture, one culture must not dominate the other culture. If possible, we must adapt with their culture, with the pre-existing culture, and make a new culture in joint venture. That's all.
As a conclusion, we can know that BMW was one of the famous automotive industry in the world, which produced cars, motors, and others. Besides that, the company of BMW come from Germany and founded in 7 March 1916. Most of the people in the world have recognized the brand name of BMW nowadays. They have their own missions, which help to accomplish their successful in the mission are to become the world leading provider of premium products and premium services in individual mobility. Besides that, the vision of the company is to become the most successful premium manufacturer in the industry of automotive. From the study of the assignment, we can know that there are many strategies that have been used by BMW. The main 4 strategies are marketing, franchising, exporting, and joint venture. All of the strategies have their advantage and disadvantage, which our group member has stated in the assignment. Therefore, we also given some our own recommendation for the BMW company to improve their organization. To conclude that, me and my group members would hope that the advantage of BMW company that we listed out can be referred by others company. Besides that, we also hope that BMW can notice the risk and threats that faced by them and solve the problem. Lastly, we also hope that the recommendation that we given can be helpful to BMW and the other company who faced the same risk and threat in the company. That's all for our group assignment. Thank you.